Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Blood of Zeus Episode 1. So, this may be a big surprise for some people who may not have been expecting me to react to this or just wasn't expecting a series like this in the first place. So, let me explain. So, obviously, first of all, this is replacing ReZero for the time being. As I had mentioned in the ReZero reaction, we're taking a break from ReZero in between the two cores of Season 2, just like the series itself did. It took a break after the first core of Season 2 for like a couple of seasons, then it came back to, or for a couple of anime seasons, a couple of months or whatever, a few months, and then it came back to the second half of Season 2. So we're doing the same just to kind of refresh things and keep things fresh on the channel. And so before we get back to it, we're going to be checking out this series. So why Blood of Zeus? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, I've always been a really big fan of Greek mythology. The Greek pantheon of gods and goddesses has always interested me. I like a lot of the Greek stories, like the Iliad and the Odyssey, and it's just fascinating. Plus, it has some really interesting monsters and whatnot in it too, like the Minotaur. And especially in recent months, I've gotten even more into it thanks to the game Hades. So, yeah, I mean, what more else is there? What else more is there to say about that? I'm interested to see the depictions of the different gods and whatnot in here, because I've seen them done in so many different ways. So, and maybe we'll see some other famous characters or whatnot, like Achilles or Odysseus, Patroclus, all these different kinds of characters in Greek mythology. Another reason I wanted to check this show out is because I don't know if the entire staff is the same, probably not, but I think it's animated by the same people who did the Netflix Castlevania series. It at least has the same like visual look to it, which excites me because I really like the Netflix Castlevania series, as you guys know from my reactions to that. And I think that style would work extremely well for this kind of Greek mythology story. Now, as for the actual story of the series, I don't know anything about what this show is about. I can assume, based on the title, that it's about the bloodline of Zeus, that it's about probably a child of Zeus and a human who has to navigate the monsters and the gods and all of that within Greek mythology. That's pretty much the only thing I can go off of. Because in Greek mythology, Zeus is kind of known for being really scummy and fucking with humanity a lot, in a lot of ways, literally. So, yeah. I assume we're going to see a bit of that here. But, yeah. Ignore her. Otherwise, I don't really know what to expect with this. So, I'm just kind of hoping for the best. I'm hoping for it to be exciting. And we'll just see how interesting this world that they've crafted for this series is. This version of the world of Greek mythology. So, let's just get this going, and we'll see how it is. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirecting, go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in three, two, one, now. So I looked up the cast in between. The only name I really know is Matt Mercer, who is apparently Hermes. We didn't hear him in this episode, but yeah, so that's the only name I recognize off the cast list. But anyways, so this was the first episode of Blood of Zeus. So we have our character Heron, who is the half-blood demigod son of Zeus. And we see him and his mother are living in this town, this village, whatever you want to call it, and are not really looked favorably upon. He's just seen as a bastard. The mother is seen as an outsider as well, and things aren't really working out too well for them. They're poor. They're just trying to get by. Even selling ore, they're shortchanged constantly. It seems. Um, One day, this soldier named Alexia um, chases some demons over to their town. Um, he helps Alexia capture and dispose of one of the demons, um, kind of just by instinct because he's just helping out because the demon attacked him. So we end up seeing that the demons can also disguise themselves as humans and everything. Because they were basically humans. They were humans who ate of the flesh of the giants. Which, okay, so let's get into the backstory. So the gods slayed the Titans. This is something that is in Greek myth a lot, the gods killing the Titans and everything. Um, so the gods slayed the Titans, but the last Titan, as a curse, created the giants to come and, I guess you could say, replace them. The gods and the giants started fighting, but although there were some on both sides who lost their lives, it was mostly a stalemate until the gods managed to, specifically like Zeus and all of that, managed to convince a couple of the giants to work with them. They managed to get the upper hand on the rest of the giants, and yeah, they were defeated. Hermes took their souls, their bodies were washed into the sea by Poseidon, and the souls were locked away in an urn, never to be opened again. And if they were opened again, they would be unleashed. So yeah, fun. It didn't really say what happened to the couple of giants who had helped the gods, though. But either way, one of the one of the giants' bodies managed to wash ashore, and this group of people this one person found it, started to be corrupted by it, and ended up basically starting this cult of people who worshipped the body of the giant, started turning away from the gods, and then they started eating the body of the giants and became the demons. So yeah. One of the coolest things about Greek mythology is the intricate and kind of horrific like stories about about the gods and what they do and the monsters and everything that come into play. They can get quite intense and scary and quite shocking in a lot of ways. So I like that they're portraying that here. I liked the twist at the end that Elias was Zeus in disguise. Like, I actually did not see that coming, so I actually really like that. Um, and I also really like that they're not shying away from the blood and the gore and the gruesomeness of it all, because that's very common in Greek mythology as well. But also, since it's apparently the same studio that made Netflix Castlevania. Sorry for that. I hit the camera stand, the tripod. But since it's the same studio that apparently made the Netflix Castlevania, it makes sense that they'd go pretty gruesome for this. Plus, again, it just makes sense for Greek myth. The characters so far, fairly okay. I mean, I feel like we need to wait to see where they develop and everything. The voice acting is good, the art animation good, all of that stuff good. But I definitely have to wait and see to see exactly where it goes from here. I'm definitely interested though. Apparently, from what I read as well, there's 5 seasons planned. They have an outline for that. So if we don't even see all of the gods in this season, we'll probably see them in future seasons. Um, so there's that as well to take into account. I like the design of them so far. We didn't really get to see all of them in detail. We saw Hera, we saw Zeus, we saw Poseidon, we saw Hermes. Although we didn't see a lot of Hermes, but um, yeah, we saw Ares. I'm good with their designs. They're very classic designs, I feel. Not so much like what they did with the Hades game, but still. Um, I like them. Heron, so far as a character, reminds me of Trevor Belmont just a little bit nicer, a little bit more of a nice kid and everything. Trevor's definitely a lot more aggressive about things, especially at the beginning. Um, so there is that. I like the design of the demons. Very simple. They didn't go too far with them. Um, and I like I want to say the one point that I really like as a natural progression of the story and the plot and all. I like that after Alexia uses the burning spear tip to prove the demon and to show its existence. The people who already hated Heron and his mother come up to try and check her using the same method. Like, I don't like that they did that, but I like that the show did that. Like, the writing did that. I like that it went in that direction because, one, I feel like that is exactly where it would have gone in that situation. Of course, the people would have done that. But also, I think it was just a good progression of story, and like it showed that these people are reacting to what they just saw come into play and using it to go after someone who they've already been suspecting as bad. It's just natural feeling in how that's handled. Um, Heron starts to fight them off, but she stops it all by proving herself, as well as Alexia coming in to help stop it. And she proves herself by burning her arm, and God, it's just so disturbing. But yeah, but I really like that part because again, it just felt like the natural progression of that, like what these people would do in that situation once they saw how that is gone down, how the demons are discovered and everything. So yeah, that was a nice touch, even if it was really upsetting to watch, nonetheless. Um, I'm definitely interested to see where this goes. So far, it's pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. Um, but tell me in the comments below, what are your thoughts on this first episode of Blood of Zeus? Let me know, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See you all next time.